corporate world, the vision and values that we set is just not at somebody, a single person just writes the vision and the values of the company and just publishes it and it is good enough. It is very important that all the employees of the organization share this vision. They share the values. So the vision that you are seeing on the screen here, the top and middle management of our company, maybe we did an exercise about 8 years ago. We sat in a room like this, or maybe slightly bigger because a little more people, and from morning about 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock midnight, we were in one room, did a whole workshop, supervised. Okay, we had a consultant also helping us. We all sat together, wrote our own version of what the company's vision should be, what the company's values should be, the values that have driven us from 1952 to till then towards the growth of our company. So we all sat together. Everybody had a different opinion. Then we used to then we made our whole team into sub teams. Then all the sub teams then selected a few words. Then again there was a deliberation, and at the end of the day, by 12 o'clock midnight, we came up with this vision. This is not written by me. This is not written by my father. This is not written by any of our single person, or this is not written by our consultant. This is written by all of us. Because everybody was involved in creating the vision, so that brings a big buy-in from the whole management. How to follow this vision, because this is important. This is what drives us. In our leadership position in the steel industry, be an employer of choice, protect the interest of our shareholders, preserve the trust of our stakeholders, support the society through social responsibility initiatives. This is everybody of us finally agreed to it. Of course, in the up to 12 midnight there was also a break for lunch and dinner, so nobody went hungry. But at the end of the day, what we came up, we are actually really proud of it. And even today in our office, we have a big frame where whoever participated in that exercise, they put their hands on the vision and values, and we all put our names on them, and these are the people who were together to define this. These are our values that we agreed on. This is the first one, sustainable growth, that we continue. We desire to remain sustainable in future, and of course, sustainable is a very broad term. So it involves the quality of the products and services, efficiency in the processes, profitability, sharing knowledge and experience within the organization. So there's a lot of activity involved along with this. Then there is quality. As a company, we are known for the quality, and quality is also our value. So quality is not only about products and services, but it is also about having best practices, minimizing cost, investing in good technology, and etc. like that. Then we have a value, reliability, and this is also being a reliable business partner for customers, internal, external, and and also being reliable also within our the production processes that we do. So reliability is also a very broad term, and we have narrowed it in with this definition. So even the definition that you see for each and every value, it has been set by the management together. And trust is also our value, that we want to maintain the trust of all our stakeholders, and adopting ethical and transparent practices, and also be honest in all our dealing, and building robust governance and risk management processes. And leadership is also our value, because throughout our history we we have been a leader in the steel industry, and we want to maintain that position. And leadership is obviously was our choice for the BSRM values. Being a role model, we set benchmarks through our products. Then we, also we want to keep on moving ahead, ahead of our competition, differentiating the products, etc. Social responsibility is also one of our values, and that is why we, do a lot of social responsibility, corporate CSR activities all over the country, and we are proud of that. When we do all this from a business perspective, we believe that while we are working in the society, it is very important to also help the society. Okay, we have because we are in the business, we have finance available. Whatever we can do, we spend them, on some social causes. But what I believe that, in a country like ours, when we see poverty all around us, every one of us should contribute, not necessarily financially. You are all students, not everyone of you may have, money to spend, but you have time to spend. So, it is very important that you involve yourself in some sort of social activity. Volunteer your time in some NGO or some organization which is doing some sort of social activity, because this will, really make you feel what poverty really is. It will give you an understanding. When you go into an organization in future, it will give you an understanding how our lower class citizens, how do they feel, what is their thinking, and when you, with your involvement in this, when you see that just with some effort, a person who is needy has benefited in some way, I'm telling you, you will feel so good about yourself. It will give you a lot of motivation. So we find a lot of motivation doing all these CSR activities, and so that's why we keep on continue doing it. Customer satisfaction is also our value. We want to delight our external and internal customers at every stage of our interaction with them. We want to understand the need, we want to understand what exactly they want, and we want to provide those to them. As I was saying, I'm going to show you a slide on our history. So I will start before 1952, I told you. So in 1952, we started the first steel manufacturing in the country in Chittagong. And my grandfather and his brother, they were the two driving forces in the family who started this. And their surnames at that time were also Tahir Ali Africa Wala and Akbar Ali Africa Wala. So the history comes from there, because we, both of them were actually born in Africa. And then in 1984, we introduced high-strength cold twisted steel bar. It was then the most advanced technology of steel bar for construction. And in 1987, we did another new standard that came in the world. Of course, it was there before, but we introduced first in Bangladesh, ASTM 6.5. ASTM is an American standard, and so we started to produce bars according to that standard. Then we went into backward integration in 1996, and we made a billet plant. And in 2006, we again introduced something very new for the country, which was called ribbed wires, very thin diameter wires, which are used mostly in rural areas, and it saves the construction cost, because they make the small houses that they have, and to replace the sand and other material related houses, if they use this material, our steel with some brick chips and a little bit cement, they can make a low cost housing. Then in 2008, we was our turning time, for the company, because from 2008 onwards we have grown phenomenally. When I joined in 2001 beginning, at that time we used to produce about around 60,000 tons per year in 2001. So from 2001 to today, in 2016, we are going to produce about 90,000 tons a month. So it is really from in the last 15-16 years we have experienced tremendous growth, and from 60,000 a month, 60,000 a year to 90,000 a month. So about 60,000 a year to about a million, 10 lakh per year is a big growth we have experienced. And this experience, whoever has been in our company, been part of this growth, it has been a really tremendous experience. We have learned a lot from this, and we have grown also with this. Not only the company has grown, as people, as the whole team, we have grown together. In 2010, we set up another millet making plant because we were expanding our rolling mill capacities. We were going short with our. So what you learn here is also applied, at the corporate level. That, but the figures are very serious. When we are studying, when you are studying, okay, you have some figures, but these are when you are dealing with real life figures, these are real life decisions. So the figures that we have to be accurate, they have to be meaningful, and because on that you are making a real investment decision where the company can make or lose a lot of money. So so before every project we do that. We also, of course, it's a billet plant, so we don't really need to do a market study because we are ourselves the consumer of this material. In 2015, we introduced graded angles and channels in the country. And this angles and channels earlier were just sold in the country without any grade. They were very poor. They are generally have no standard. What is produced in our country. So we introduced this concept of standardization of angles and channels. And there is a PSTI, our standards institution of the country, which issues standards for not only steel but so many other products, including food and textile or milk or whatever. So there are a lot of standards that BSRM do, and we are producing as per our local standard and as well as international standard. And we also did first time we rolled a 50 millimeter. I don't know if you have the size idea. 50 millimeter must be about this much. So we, for the first time for the Podda Bridge project, we have rolled a 50 millimeter bar, and this we have been able to do because of our strong teams, our technical as well as the management team interacting with the Podda Bridge teams, the Chinese teams there that have come from, of course, from China, but also the Korean consultants and the army involved. Together we have developed this because this was required for the piling of the main Podda Bridge project, and we have introduced this 50 millimeter bar together with them to. And it is really a milestone because nobody in the whole of South Asia produces this. If we hadn't done it, then the Chinese would have imported from abroad. So we did this specially. So we are. I'm giving you these examples just to show that if you want to do such things in any organization, the organization culture is extremely important. So for the culture, the people are important. What I showed you earlier. The sharing of vision and values is very important. And just very recently, we have commissioned our new plant, which is called BSRM Steel Mill. It's in Aameir. That's our furthest plant because we have the luxury because we are so old in the country in this business. So all our factories are very close by. Going to our factory is not really a big deal, especially with the current traffic that is going on in Chittagong. So we don't have to think twice when we go to the factory. But this is our first factory, which is 70 kilometers away. But for the right timing of the 4-lane highway, even now we feel it's not so bad. It takes 1.5 hours. So I would request, I would advise actually, the production and operations students, they should go especially see this Alihussain plant. This is really worth seeing. We can host you there. It will be really a worth an experience. It's about 1.5 hour drive, and it's if you see that based on the technology that we have used for steel making, it's the world's largest plant. World's largest. It's not a joke. Steel has different ways we can make steel. So the process that we have selected to make steel for this particular plant, this process is something we have developed together with an American supplier, an American company, and for them also it's the first time they've done something so big, and for us obviously it's also the first time doing so big. So it has turned out to be the world's largest plant, and we have now ramping up the production there, and of course we are already making quality material. And then just recently we started this new thing. It's called epoxy coated bar. It's a rust-free bar. This is also something we pioneered here in Bangladesh. This can be used in future for our bridges, for any construction close to the sea, and like the cyclone shelters and all. It increases the life of the structure. Just go through quickly our products. Just to explain you what steel is about, because I understand from studying MBA and a lot of you not having any engineering background, so it's something would be very new for you. So I'll just quickly go through our list of products. This is our billets. This is our raw material for a rolling mill. So this is what we are also producing now. So these are the billets from which we roll them. You see a square. We make it smaller and smaller with every passage during the process, and it turns out to be the deformed bar that we make and sell in the market. So this is the deformed bars that we make. These are the angles we make. These are used in various fabrications. So a lot of steel sheds that you see, if you have the chance to look up, you will see some angles.